This is Martha Chapman, and I'm back with some more good food for our eyes, for our ears, and for our souls. Have you ever felt unappreciated? Have you ever felt like no matter what you did, it just wasn't appreciated? It just wasn't good enough. Well, Aaron and Moses felt the same way. They had led the children out of Israel, and they're in the wilderness of Zin, camping at Kadesh. And all they hear is, we don't have no water. We don't have no figs. We don't have no pomegranates. We don't have nothing to eat. You brought us all the way here with our livestock, and we just cannot survive. Why didn't you just leave us there? And I could just imagine it was more. But that's overwhelming when they have been chosen by God and they're trying to do their very best. And then they get to this place and all they hear is complaining. Not a thank you. Not a we appreciate y'all. None of that. So God shows up because Aaron and Moses literally fell at the entrance of the tabernacle on the floor. They just fell. Now here's my tip. If you fall on the floor, say something to God. Pray. Jesus. Say something, but don't just fall on the floor, because God may have thought they were having a temper tantrum, because he did show up. And this is what he said. Numbers chapter 20, verse 8. You and Aaron must take the staff and assemble the entire community. As the people watch, command the rock over there to pour out its water. You will get enough water from the rock to satisfy all the people and their livestock. So Moses did as he was told. He took the staff from the place where it was kept before the Lord. Then he and Aaron summoned the people to come and gather at the rock. Now Moses is so frustrated with them, he yells out, "Listen, you rebels!" Now I'm sure he wanted to call them something else, but he called them rebels. "Must we bring you water from this rock?" Then Moses raised his hand and struck the rock twice with the staff, and water gushed out. So all the people and their livestock drank their fill. Did you hear me read? They said, thank you. Did you hear me read? Moses and Aaron, we really appreciate y'all. Good looking out. No. They got what they wanted, and they drank the water. There may be an instance in your life where you really took the time out of your life and you helped someone as best you could. You sacrificed from your own so they could have. But you never heard, thank you. You never heard, I really appreciate what you did for me. They just got what they wanted, and it was it. Don't worry about it. Because God will reward you in the book of life. It's going to come back to you full circle. And you will be blessed for your efforts. Because God looks at our heart. And God looks at our efforts. Now, after what Aaron and Moses both had done, and I know that they were overwhelmed because they were chosen. It's not like they asked for this assignment. They were chosen. And the next verse that I'm going to read is so sad, because after all they have done, they are not going to go into the promised land. Numbers chapter 20, verse 12. But the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not trust me enough to demonstrate my holiness to the people of Israel, you will not lead them into the land I am giving them." How sad and disappointing is that? What I'm taking away is, no matter how hard it may get, trust God. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, trust God. Now we got to keep in mind, God is a parent too. And he had to show them a lesson. So we can learn from Moses and Aaron. And if we're parents, this is how parenting does work. You don't reward your child for doing something that you know they could have done. You knew that they could have did their best and completed it to the end. But since they gave up and since they doubted, you won't reward them. You'll give it to them the next time, because they would have learned from the lesson this time and they would have had a better outcome the next time. So we can take away from Aaron and Moses and say, no matter what is going on in the situation that seems so dark, so depressing, so dim, we have to press our way. We have to talk to God. We have to fast and pray and press our way, because God is going to reward us, because he sees our efforts and he sees that we're trusting him. So he is going to get us to the end, because we're trusting him through it all. And that is what I took from the mistake that Aaron and Moses made. They got overwhelmed. And that happens. And they didn't know that it was going to cost them that. But it did. And so we can learn from that. And we can say to ourselves, self, no matter how hard it gets, I have to continue to trust God. Self, no matter how hard it gets, I have to believe God at his word. Self, no matter how hard it gets, I know, you know, that God is going to get us to the end. And if God is in it, who do we worry about if God is in it? Because if God is for us, who can be against us? And why would we worry about who is against us if God is for us? So may this word bless you. May it give you the endurance that you need to carry on. And may you remember not to make the same mistake that Aaron and Moses made, because it was a mistake that was very costly. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Please share this word and bless somebody with it. And until next time, keep shining.